Hey, what's up everybody, it's Amaya. So today's video is going to be the next video in my Better Your Basics series. And I haven't done one of these videos in a while because I've had a lot of other videos that had to get out first before I could do another one of these. And I was like, hey, it's been a while. So here it is. And this one is going to be a little bit different than my other ones because this is going to be all about eyeshadow. And so it's basically just going to be more of a simple look that you beginners can do for eyeshadow that I used to do when I first started out makeup all the time, and I still do it like pretty much whenever I wear eyeshadow now. It's like the most foolproof eyeshadow you can do. It looks good on everybody, every skin tone, every eye color. No matter what you look like, this is going to look amazing on you, I promise. I am going to be using this palette today. This is the Crown Brush 88 Nudes palette. So this is what it looks like. It has a lot of colors in it, but I want to say this is my favorite palette of all time, pretty much. I love it better than my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I love it better than any of my e.l.f. palettes. I just think it's such an amazing palette. The colors are so pigmented and so amazing, but yet all of them in here, every single one of these colors is totally usable. You could totally use this whenever. Also, I'm going to be using only 3 brushes for this look, and they're basically my bare essential brushes. They're brushes I could not live without. So I'm going to start out by using the e.l.f. Mineral Eyeshadow Primer. Now, if you don't want to use an eyeshadow primer or you don't own one, do not worry about it. It's not crazy essential. I have to though because I have very oily eyelids, and I am going to be wearing this look out for the rest of the day after this, so I kind of need to do this. But anyways, I'm just going to prime my eyes. I'm just going to put a little bit of this on here. And just like when you're priming your face, less is more. And also I'm going to be using my Real Techniques beauty sponge to blend this out. You can use your finger, but I really like using the beauty sponge because it really does soak up a lot of primer and just leaves the bare minimum there. So I just do like a tap swipe when I do this, and I blend it all the way up to my eyebrows. Alright, so we have our eyes all nice and primed. The first thing I'm going to be doing is taking this brush right here. If you remember me guys talking about, I got a set of brushes from Amazon, which are amazing, and this came in it. You can get very similar brushes at Morphe, but this is amazing. I will link these brushes down below if you want to get them. They're super affordable and awesome. But anyways, from my 88 Nudes palette, I'm going to be using a transition color first. Now there's a lot of different ways that you could do this. You could use your base color first and then add your transition color like that, or you could do your transition color first and then add your base color, which is what I'm going to be doing because that's personally the way I like to do eyeshadow. So transition color is any color that's like a shade darker than your skin tone that you use to blend out other eyeshadows. It also creates some depth in your eyes, so it's not just one flat color. So for my transition colors, I'm going to be using this shade right here and mixing it with this shade just because I like how those two look together. So I just mix those together, and now I'm going to go and apply this into my crease. And the way that you're going to find your crease is wherever your eyeball ends, like right here. That's your crease. I have hooded eyes, so my crease is technically like way down here, but I just make like a fake crease for myself. But if you have nice like big eyes that have a defined crease, lucky you. But I do not, so this is what I'm going to do. So when I put this in, I'm going to start on my outer corner and blend inwards like this, just going in windshield wiper motions like so. And I'm not going up here, I'm keeping it very into the crease like this. And when we blend, we want to go into the inner corner, but you don't want to like bring it way in there, and you don't want to start there. So you don't want to create like this half moon sort of thing. So then we're going to go in and go like this, swirl it around like this, and just really blend everything out. With eyeshadows, the key is to just blend, blend, blend. So yes, I'm just blending like so, and just kind of diffusing that color, so that way there's just a hint of it in there. And I'm going to do the same for the other side. So again, windshield wiper motions like so, and then circle. And you just want to keep blending. Once you think it looks blended, blend a little bit more. And you can keep your eyes open for this. I'm just looking down because I'm looking in the mirror, so my eyes actually are open, but I'm going like this and looking in my mirror. I like to look down when I do eyeshadow. I don't like to look like straight up because I feel like you can't get a good judge there, so I like to go like this, that way I can see my whole eye. So we have our transition color now in our eyes, and I am going to take my next brush, which is the e.l.f. Professional Blending Eye Brush, and I'm going to be going in with a slightly darker color to define our crease a little bit more. And I'm going to be using this shade right here, this broken one. This is just like a few shades darker, but it's a nice cool tone, yet still warm brown. For this one, I'm going to be taking this blending brush and just applying this on the outer corner of my eye like this, just dabbing, not blending yet. I'm just going to dab, and this is going to look really icky and choppy, but don't worry, there's a reason for that. So as you can see, just have that. I'm going to go back in with my brush that I used for my transition color and dip it in the lighter one of my transition colors, just to have a little bit of product on there. You don't have to do this, this is just me. And I'm going to blend out that brown. I'm just going to blend like I did before in Windshield by Promotions, but I'm not going all the way into the inner corner. I'm keeping this more on the outer corner, like so. There we go, we have our darker brown blended out into our outer corners. And if you want to go a little bit smokier, you can. I am personally going to. If you want to stop here and then add your base color, just skip to the next part of this video. I'm going to be taking this shade right here, this dark brown. It's more cool tone than our other one, and it's almost black. But I'm just going to be taking that on that e.l.f. brush again and applying it a little bit more into the outer corner than I did with the other one. Like so. And then I'm going to be taking the blending brush again with no product on it this time and just blend that a little bit more. This one I'm keeping really low in the outer corner and not going so high into the crease, keeping it a little bit lower. So there we go, we have finished our I guess this is like our frame. So now I'm going to put in the masterpiece, and that is going to be our base shade. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. concealer brush to do this. This is like my favorite eyeshadow brush. Even though it is a concealer brush, it's just amazing for eyeshadow. So I'm going to be taking a few shades here. I'm going to be mixing them. I love mixing eyeshadow. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to be taking this white silverish shade right here and mixing it with this like more cream shade. So just going to be taking these two shades and mixing them. I always like to do white or cream shades for my base, especially if you're a beginner, because it's going to keep you from looking dead and smoky and icky if you don't know how to properly blend and use darker shades. So I always recommend going with something like these shimmery whites. You can never go wrong with shimmery white. So I'm just going to put this all over my lid, which is obviously the part below your crease. And that's like your actual like eyelid is where you're going to put this. And bring it just to where the crease is. Again, I'm just kind of doing this a little bit sloppily because I am going to blend this as well. But you don't want to cover your brown, but you want to go pretty darn close to it. Now I'm taking that blending brush again, and I'm just going to do very lightly, barely pressing, just blend some of that eyeshadow, white eyeshadow in, so we don't have a harsh line. No harsh lines in eyeshadow does not look good. So as you can see, that is our finished eye look. And now is where you would put on mascara and eyeliner and all that sorts of stuff. But I am going to show you a quick thing. I'm going to highlight my brow bone. I'm going to use those same two shades that I used for my eyeshadow, and I'm just going to put this on my brow bone like so. This is not necessary at all. You want to avoid doing something too light in your brow bone because it can make you look old and not as fun. I don't always put things in my brow bone, in fact I typically don't, but I am going to do this anyway, and then just put some in my inner corner to give us more of a doe-eyed brightening effect. So this is our finished eye look. As you can see, it's very, very subtle. It's nothing too crazy, but it is very sweet and cute and adorable and age appropriate for you guys who are starting out makeup. So yeah, I'm gonna finish out the rest of my makeup and then I'm gonna come back and do my exit. Alrighty guys, so I just went and finished up the rest of my makeup. So here is what the eye look looks with eyeliner and mascara on. Again, it's super pretty and super feminine, nothing too crazy, and very wearable for every day, or if you don't like wearing eyeshadow every day and this is more of a fancier look for you, then for fancy stuff. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. And my next Better Your Basics video is going to be on eyeliner and mascara. It's my last one. But anyways, yes, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
This is the crown brush. And then I'm going to start swirling around like this. Come in. Are you filming? Mm-hmm. Can I put your sign out? Because I didn't know. Sure. Where's your sign? It's on my desk. Or on my dresser, I mean. What does this dress remind you of? Me. The music video. Oh, yes. Where is it? How is it? It's right here. And